And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the old ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country.
The year 1883 saw the last spike driven in the Northern Pacific Railway. Shipments of bullion from the Montana mines began to roll eastward over the rails, while currency running into millions rolled west in the safes of express cars guarded by Wells Fargo messengers. It's the experience of one of these young men you're going to hear about, just as he wrote it to me himself. A story I call Train of Events. It is a day in early June, 1886.
All aboard!
The Northern Pacific Overland is just pulling out of St. Paul on its long westward run across the wilds of North Dakota and Montana.
Thank you very much.
Are you out of your mind taking a chance like that?
I simply had to take this train. My trunk was already on board.
You could have stumbled and fallen under the wheel.
It has all my valuables in it.
A lot of good day to you in the sweet by and by.
Which direction is the express car?
Well, it's up forward, but you can't get in there.
Well, I just want to make sure about my trunk.
The express car is locked tight as a drum.
You mean I have to wait until we reach Billings, Montana before I find out? That's 2 whole days.
Well, no. Wait till we get to the first station and we make a long stop. Then you can go up forward and check with the messenger.
Oh, thank you very much. It'll really ease my mind.
Hi, Fred. Give me a hand, will you? Yeah, that's all. Here's your way, Belle. Thanks. Can I help you?
I'm looking for the express messenger.
That's me.
You? My goodness, you're so young.
I'm 20.
I expected to find a man twice your age.
What was it you wished to see me about?
My trunk. I want to make sure it's aboard. I didn't have time in St. Paul. I just made the train by the skin of my teeth.
Well, if you'll give me a description of it, I'll check on it for you.
Well, I don't suppose I could go in the car and see for myself.
No, we don't generally allow it. But you don't look very dangerous.
And anyhow, you are armed. Oh, here it is. The one marked A.B.
A trunk with a college degree.
My name's Allison Baker.
I'm H. MacFarlane.
I'm sorry to have been such a nuisance to you, but this trunk contains just about everything of value that I have in the world.
I remember it was pretty hefty.
That's silver that I'm taking to Montana.
Silver to Montana? Isn't that sort of like carrying coals to Newcastle?
No, this is family silver. You know, heirlooms.
Oh, I see.
I have a tea service with a tray this big and a whole chest of flat silver. Oh, dear me.
You've got plenty of time.
Thank you. I hope you didn't take offense at what I said about your being young.
No.
Well, I think it's good to have young express messengers. They're quicker and stronger. In case of trouble, I mean.
Oh, there won't be any trouble, Miss Baker. Your stuff is as safe in there as it is in a bank vault.
I'm sure it is, if you're in charge.
All aboard! Whoa!
You talapat. Climb down out of here and go back and uncouple that express car from the rest of the train. Keep him covered, Boyle. And remember, no noise. Who's the express messenger this trip?
Don't know.
You're lying. Don't matter. We'll soon find out. Put up your hands and stand still. Got them uncoupled?
Yeah.
Good. Turn around and march back to the engine. Move. And you stay there. All right, pile in. Now start her up, you hoghead, and keep going till we tell you to stop.
What, with my hands up?
You can take them down. But one wrong move and you'll lose your block.
Oh, this is terrible. Going off, leaving us in the middle of nowhere.
They won't go far. Just a little ways down the track where they can work without being interrupted.
He won't surrender to them, will he? Mr. MacFarlane.
He won't have no choice, miss.
Oh, dear. All my family's silver.
Silver? What's a little silver compared with a man's life?
You mean they might sell him?
Why, sure. If he don't open up and deliver.
Well, don't just stand there. Do something.
Lady, it's plain you're not acquainted with the workings of train bandits.
Come on, open up. Wake up in there. Who is it? The Clayton gang. Who? You heard me. Open up and jump out. We're robbing this car. Wait till I get my boots on. The heck with your boots. We've got an axe here and a sledgehammer. You open up before we count 5 or we'll smash the doors open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. boys. And hop down. Give us the keys to the safe. Hey, the safe's empty.
What'd you do with the stuff?
We know you were carrying a big shipment of currency. Where is it?
100 miles back.
Don't get funny.
I was tipped off yesterday a holdup was being planned. So I took everything out of the safe when we reached Bismarck and had it held there.
I don't believe you.
Looks like he's telling the truth.
No sign of anything here in the way of treasure. Who tipped you off?
You'd better check up on some of your pals. Must be a stool pigeon among you.
You. Get back in the express car and stay there for the next 10 minutes. Then you can go back and pick up the rest of your train. And no shooting. Understand?
The Claytons.
The Claytons? Good gosh.
We didn't hear any shooting.
Oh, Mac here opened up and surrendered the keys to the safe.
You showed good sense.
He sure did.
Shall we tell him, Mac?
Well, no harm in it. Now the stuff's back where it belongs.
Mac outsmarted him. He emptied all the valuables from the safe and stuck them in the empty sacks and threw them out of that side while they were busy hammering on this side.
Well, I'll be dashed. Pretty cool work, Mac.
Sure sorry about your trunk, Miss Baker.
Oh, you couldn't have been expected to save everything.
So heavy with all that silver in it.
Did they smash it open?
One end got a little smashed. Would you like to see it?
Where is it?
Right here in the express car.
It's still got the strap around it. Well, the end's only dented. How did they get the silver out?
They didn't.
You mean they didn't take it?
They never found it. I gave it the old heave-ho with a grain sack.
Mr. MacFarlane, you took a terrible chance.
But I got away with it.
You're the bravest man I've ever met.
I hated to think of you setting up housekeeping without any silver.
Oh, but I'm not. I mean, I'm just going out to Montana to make my home with my aunt.
Oh, I see.
I'd like so much for you to meet her. Couldn't you stop off at Billings sometime?
Why, sure, next week on my eastbound run.
Hogwash! There was treasure aboard. That Wells Fargo fellow just foxed you.
Oh, shut up, Belle.
Don't tell me to shut up, Dick Clayton. Who gets the tip-offs on these shipments? Me, your sister. I should have rode with you. Next time I will. Who was this messenger?
MacFarlane. Plenty of nerve.
There's ways of making the best of them talk.
Every time I use this tea service, I shall think of you and bless you, Mr. MacFarlane.
Well, I hope you use it real often.
Every day. I'm English on my mother's side.
I'm Scotch on my father's.
Where is your home?
I haven't any. Not since I was 15.
You must live somewhere.
Express car, mostly.
Oh, Mr. MacFarlane, how utterly dreary.
The boys call me Mac.
What about the girls?
I don't know many girls.
Oh, now, don't pretend. I'll bet you have a sweetheart at each end of the line.
No. But I'd like to have one halfway between it. Say Billings?
Why not?
The train leaves in 25 minutes. I've got to get to the depot.
I hope you're not carrying a big shipment this trip.
You want the express company to go broke?
Well, the Claytons might get wind of it.
Oh, we've seen the last of that gang.
What makes you think so?
They were chased south into Wyoming.
Since when?
Since our holdup. A citizen's posse was formed.
Anyway, be careful.
Thank you for the tea.
You're more than welcome.
The first time I had it out of a silver pot, it was swell.
Here she comes, right on time. Be ready to close in when Belle flags her down.
Let's hope Sister Belle's got the straight dope.
Yeah, we could use that shipment of 50,000 in banknotes. All right, let's go. All right, you hogger, stick 'em up.
Keep an eye on the passengers.
You haven't got a chance. You might as well give up.
All right, if you'll stop shooting.
It's a deal. All aboard, boys.
Well, if it ain't our old friend, Mr. MacFarlane.
Fancy meeting you here again.
Cut out the gaff. Give me the keys to the safe. Come on.
It's the big one. As you gentlemen may remember. I'm afraid you're due for another disappointment.
It's empty.
What'd you do with the stuff?
Left it. 300 miles back of Livingston.
Don't give me that. We know it's here.
$50,000 in banknotes.
Come on, cough it up.
I was tipped off on the holdup.
Search the car, boys. The water barrel. That's where it is.
Oh, there's nothing here.
Stand aside.
I tell you, there's nothing here.
He's right. Nothing but water.
I told you I put the stuff off the train.
Have you ever been tortured, sonny boy?
You search the car, you can see for yourself.
Even cattle squeal when a hot iron sinks into their flesh.
The coffin. That's where he's hid it.
You ghouls, leave the coffin alone. Don't you know it's bad luck to disturb the dead?
Holy smoke, there really is a sniff in there. There's a train coming. We better get out of here.
Much obliged, mister.
Express messenger outwits Clayton gang. H. MacFarlane sighted by Wells Fargo.
They gave me a raise and a $500 bonus.
Oh, Mac, I'm so proud of you, but I'm so scared.
Scared? Of what?
You've been lucky so far.
And I'm going to be luckier, I hope. What with the money I'm making now and the bonus in the bank, I'm beginning to see my way clear to ask a girl to marry me.
Oh, I'd worry every minute if I was married to a man with such a dangerous job.
How do you think Mr. Wells and Mr. Fargo got started? As messengers.
Did they get held up too?
I reckon.
But not twice in succession by the Clayton gang.
That's why I'm so safe. A thing like that could never happen the third time.
Express messenger outwits Clayton gang. H. MacFarlane cited by Wells Fargo. Smeared all over the front page.
He'll pay for this. Nobody makes fools of the Claytons.
Find out when he's making his next run.
Regardless of what's aboard?
Regardless. We'll hold up the train and blow that smart aleck to Kingdom Come.
Oh, no. Not again. Keep going. I don't dare. They may have loosened the rail.
We'll get you this time, MacFarlane.
We're wasting time, boys. Blow up the car and be done with it.
You're right. Get out the dynamite.
How many sticks do you want?
3'll be enough. They'll be picking up the gentleman's pieces clear across Montana.
And Dakota.
Get back now and lighten the fuse. And get those horses clear.
Climbed into the trunk and pulled the lid down. The last thing I remember hearing was the explosion.
It woke the whole countryside, brought a posse galloping. And when they got there, the express car was in flames.
The Claytons get away?
Yes, scared off by the posse.
What about the safe?
It was blown out of the car and rescued. Wells Fargo has it now.
That's good.
There wasn't much in it, was there?
$3 million.
$3 million? You mean to say you saved Wells Fargo $3 million?
Why else do you think I stuck it out in the express car? Refused to open up.
Just because you're so stubborn and brave. And so wonderfully wonderful.
Confound these bandages.
And I think I'm the only man in the world who was ever held up by the same gang of train robbers 3 times within a period of 11 days and lived to tell the story. That was the last I ever saw of the Claytons. After 60 days in the hospital, I was back on the job again. I am now in my 73rd year. This was an adventure of 54 years ago when the West was wild. A hero? He never thought of himself as one. All just part of the job. It was men like these, hardly more than boys, who made safe transportation possible to the West. And that's the story I've just told you, exactly as H. MacFarlane himself wrote it to me in this letter, dated February 20th, 1941.